That is gross. Let's go. This thing is amazing. He's gonna pick up that bag. It sure did. Wow, this thing's impressive. Even a normal vacuum doesn't like picking up bags. What about that feather? Look at that. That is cool. It's just doing work. Heck yeah. I love this thing. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm impressed. I did not expect it to be as good as it is. Hey guys, it's Handy Jeff, and I have a gross house, and I've got a Eufy S1 that I bought with my own money, and I figured, hey, why not make a video on it and put it through a torture test? So let me show you what we're up against, and then I will show you some of the details about this cool little guy. I haven't ran it yet, so this is gonna be an adventure for all of us. I've never owned a robot vacuum mop, but hey, let's see how this thing works. Like I said, this is gonna be a torture test for it. Okay, so a little backstory. I bought this house at auction and with plans of renovating and flipping it, and I never did. But now I want to put an office space in here just for the time being, and there were some really gnarly smells, and you'll see why here in a second. But I figure, hey, I might as well do a video on this cool little robot vacuum. I did vacuum most of the house, but haven't mopped it. I'm gonna let this little guy try to clean it as best as it can. Probably gonna have to buy some refill stuff for it because it's gonna take a while. But let me show you what we're up against. We have a very old wooden floor. We've got some dust and stuff from logs that were thrown in the fireplace. And if we look around, we also have a ton of mouse poop, some shards from like a feather lay or something like that. I don't even know what that's from. Probably from some theme party or something I went to. Then, if we check it out, we've got an extremely dirty tile floor. So we're really gonna be testing the mopping capabilities. We've got ourselves some more mouse poop over here. We also have a ton of tile floor, and I might add that these people had 30 dogs at one time. Not an exaggeration. They lived mostly outside, but some of them lived inside. So like this area smells very bad. I've hit it with vinegar, I've hit it with some ammonia also, and now I'm gonna hit it with vinegar again after we're done using the Eufy. So if you guys have any recommendations on how to take care of that, let me know, please, because this smell is so bad in here that I'm considering just tearing all of the walls out and re-drywalling everything along with the floor, which I'm probably gonna end up having to do anyway. But continuing on the little tour, we've got hallway into a bathroom, which is very dirty, as you can tell, and into another room here, which I've got some stuff stacked up. I even left this in the center because I want to see how it reacts to this. And most of this is paint though, so it's not going to come up because this floor was always planned to be taken out. But if we come in here, we've got some other stuff in here, and this floor, I don't even know what type of flooring this is. It's gnarly though. So we're gonna let it do its thing. But first, let me tell you a little bit about this mop vacuum combo and what it does and why I bought it in the first place. So this is a Eufy S1, and it vacuums and mops. Let me pull this bad boy off here. Like I said, I have not run this, I just let it charge. But it mops differently than other Eufy vacuums. If you turn it over, you see there is a roller mop and a scraper, along with some vacuums to be able to pull in off the edges. So hopefully it'll be able to do that. It also comes with a tower that you put water into. There's also some cleaner back there that it uses for floor cleaner to help smell good, I'm assuming. There is also a dirty water tank right here, and we're gonna go ahead and put this thing back to its home. So we just hit the home button and it will find its way. But while it's doing that, it also self-empties, self-cleans, everything like that. Oh, I guess it wants to go vacuum first. So, hey, let's see how it does. All right, so I've successfully hit the button to send it to the home. The app is pretty intuitive, but what's nice is that setup wasn't too bad, even though there weren't very many instructions. And so it's just gonna go ahead and find its way home. Once it does, I'm actually gonna launch this on the highest clean level that you can, because obviously this place needs it. So let's wait till this thing gets docked, which could take a little bit, and then we will go from there. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is just hit this full home deep clean. It hasn't created a map because I haven't ran it yet, but let's see what happens. Not exactly sure if it knows where it's at, but hey, it figured it out. All right, so let's see how it does picking some of this stuff up and just how good it's gonna end up doing. Now what's weird is I don't see any mopping going on yet, and maybe we have to run at this a few times in order for it to actually mop, but I guess we will see how it ends up working. Okay, so interestingly enough, it is trying to go through the torn out wall in the coat closet, and right now all it says it's doing on the app is that it is mapping, as you can see, but it is also discovering just how much space that it has, and it's updating live, so that's pretty cool. But what's going to be awesome is to see how this cleans. So we're gonna let this do its thing, and I will bring you back once it's finished mapping. It's still mapping, but I just figured I would point this out. It's pretty cool. It found this door without having to do anything. Like I said, you guys probably already have had a robot vacuum if you're looking to something at this level. I got this for $7.99. It was on extreme sale, but normally I think it's $13.99. But it's super cool that that thing just figured out where it was going. Like, what's awesome about this is once I get the office set up, it's literally gonna be able to clean the house a couple times a week or whatever, and I won't have to do anything even if I'm not down here. But we are gonna put a YouTube studio together for this and another channel I'm creating. Okay, so it took only about, I would say less than 5 minutes to map this entire floor of this house. And now it says it's headed home. It is only in sweeping mode, so it's not vacuuming anything, but it is trying to sweep stuff up into its little thing. Well, it's been longer than the initial mapping and it's still trying to find its home. So there's that. So the little robot might be lost, which is just a sad day. But while it's trying to find its home, I'm gonna go through and tell you about this vacuum, which you probably already know a little bit and you've watched a few reviews if you're here. But it has the Hydrojet system, which is a new mopping system, and that is better than the other ones. It has a 10-in-1 uni-clean station, meaning it, basically does everything for it. It also apparently will do precision corner to edge clean, which we will be the judge of that. And it has 8,000 PA suction, which I wish I knew what that meant. I just want to see the dang thing work. And it also uses a 3D matrix eye to avoid obstacles. And right now it's sweeping up some of the mouse poop I wanted to try to vacuum up just to see how good it would be. But something that's cool is that this, if you have carpet in your house, which I do not, but it would detect the carpet and then it would suck the mop up so that way it's not dragging on the carpet, which would be really cool. So I wonder if it's going to find its way home. Ever. I get to choose its mode. I'm going to change it to vacuum and mop, put it on deep clean. We're going to do turbo for suction because this place is gross, and I'm going to put the water level on high. However, it's still trying to find its way home. And as you can see, it's almost fully mapped out the house, which is pretty cool, but I don't know if it knows where its home is. It has 97% battery, but you know what? We're just gonna go ahead and hit the start button. So it's gonna wash its mop, and then let's see what happens. I am so intrigued by this thing. All right, now it's got some suction, which is awesome. Wow, that sounds intense. Check out how well it's doing with the mop. That's pretty crazy. So we saw how dirty that was. Let's check out to see how good it does here. That is honestly pretty impressive. That is awesome. I'm curious how this is going to do. It seems to have developed some cobwebs, but that's fine. It truly does a fairly decent job. It missed a couple spots here, but I'm sure that'd be something I can figure out. Honestly, this is really impressive because this is just one more task that you don't have to do. Wow, it picked up that big piece of drywall paper. And as you can tell, it's really mopping up the dust. I'm definitely going to be putting this thing through its paces. Now what about this stain? Is it going to bring any of that up? It looks like it didn't get that, but you know what? I can't expect it to because that really just needs scrubbed. I need to throw vinegar down and scrub it. But it's still trying to figure out this coat closet right now. If you like what you're seeing so far, I'm going to leave a link in the description to where I ordered this from. It's from Amazon. And if you buy through that link, it helps the channel out tremendously. I'll get a cut of the commission, and it costs absolutely nothing to you to do it. And then I can make more content like this because, hey, this is pretty cool. Normally on this channel, we do DIY and handyman content, and I do have a hydroponic garden. So if you're interested in any of that stuff, hit that subscribe button and then come back another time. And also, if you do me a solid and hit that like button, because I've never seen a robot vacuum review like this where you actually try to put it through its paces. So what's cool is it went ahead and emptied the dust collector and washed the mop, and now it's back to mopping some more, as you can see. He's gonna pick up that bag. It sure did. Wow, this thing's impressive. Even a normal vacuum doesn't like picking up bags. What about that feather? Look at that. That is cool. It's just doing work. Heck yeah. I love this thing. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm impressed. I did not expect it to be as good as it is. So I'm gonna go ahead, let this thing run for a while, and then we'll come back and kind of check its progress, see how it ends up doing. Because I'm just not gonna clean anything else until this thing's finished running at least once. All right, so the S1 is finished. It took about 3 hours to do the whole house, but let's check out how it did. It didn't get clear into the corners like it says it does. You can see there's some dust. And it missed some stuff down in these crevices here, but I didn't have it set on its highest suction power. But as a whole, a lot of the little pieces and stuff that were all over this floor, they're not here anymore. Yeah, it didn't get the grout clean or anything like that, but you can't expect that out of a robot vacuum that doesn't weigh hardly anything. And if you come into all of the areas. Like that bathroom looks pretty good. Yes, it definitely needs some touching up, but it was super filthy beforehand. And in here, it didn't suck up anything, so that's pretty amazing. And in here, stuff is fairly clean, or as clean as this floor is ever gonna let it be. Hey guys, I'm still editing the videos, so this is Handy Jeff from the future, but it's been 5 days since I've got the S1, and I just wanted to show you guys what it did to this house, because it is amazing. Like, it's much cleaner now after having it run. I have it run every day, and I'm going to continue until the water gets clear, but as you can see, this is extremely clean. This, even though the grout is still dirty, is extremely clean. And over here, even, if I can get some light over here, is pretty clean. Now, there are some stains and stuff on the floor, but that's because there's a lot of pet smell, and I'm trying to do everything possible. I've dumped vinegar, ammonia, and Fabuloso. But what's nice is that I could walk around right now in this house barefoot if I wanted to. But how has the vacuum done? Well, let me just show you the predicament it's got it in. It seems to have Austin Powers itself at the foot of the bed, between the bed and the TV stand. So there's that. So a couple things worth noting. This is the tray on the stand. Look how gross that is. It's got pet hair and all sorts of stuff. But that's not what we came for. Let's dump the water from that partial clean and just see how dirty it is. As you can tell, it is still very dirty, so we're gonna keep running it every day. All right, let's replace our tray. Goes down in here. This goes up here. And I found in my house I can get about 2 days before I have to fill the water up. So as you can tell, it got stuck on the middle of a clean. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. I think this is an incredible buy for what it is, and it really can supplement regular cleaning, or if you have a house or office, whatever you want to call it, like mine, that you're not at every day, it'll end up being worthwhile. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about purchasing this thing. But hey guys, this has been Handy Jeff. Thank you so much for watching. This thing blew my mind. Like, I cannot believe how well it worked, and now I can just turn it on from anywhere. So if I'm not gonna be here for a few days, or a week, or something like that, I just hit a button on my phone, and it'll come through and re-clean everything. So you bet I'm gonna be taking advantage of that. I love this thing. Like, I am stoked because I hate cleaning. Obviously. But anyway, this has been Handy Jeff. Thank you so much for watching. I took a shower, sorry I look like a wet dog. But anyway, see you in another video. Bye!